Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your November 2018 Tarotscopes. Hello Capricorn, let's take a look. What does November 2018 hold for you? I'm just giving the cards a really good shuffle because sometimes Spirit drops out areas that we need to be taking a look at a little bit more closer, and these can sometimes be the full influence of what's going on in your reading and giving you a little bit more direction. Oh, there we go. So here we are. All right. So we've got our home and family, where we are within ourselves right now, our career goals and aspirations are the things that we are trying to achieve. We are looking at our finances, and we are looking at our health and well-being and our relationship dynamics. So here we go. So the first thing that you do have around you in connection with the home and the family, this is about accepting that everything has changed. You're accepting that there are areas which are going to be more beneficial. The more flexible you are, you're going to be finding that this is a time in which you may be feeling a little challenged. Everything feels a little bit unconventional. You usually would have handled something a different way, but now this is about Spirit prompting you to be able to see this from a whole different perspective. And by doing this, doesn't mean you're right or wrong, doesn't mean the other person's right or wrong. It just means that you're learning to think outside the square. You're learning to trust that the more that you are open to change, the better it's going to be, especially over this next 2 years, because you're going to have quite a bit going on then. But right now, this is about you putting areas into practice, or your beliefs into practice in the home and the family environment. This could be that people are leaving home or leaving the nest. Maybe you've decided to move back in with parents. Maybe there's been adjustments. You know, maybe you've lived in a very different type of multitasking household. Whatever it may be, okay, the more flexible you are throughout this period of time, the better it's going to be for you. Your career goals and aspirations are all about separations and changes. And this is telling me that there has been some incompatibilities or a lot of transitions going on, and now they're just all catching up, especially when we get to November. So the coming 10 weeks are all about putting everything into perspective, plans, goals, and new avenues. But you're doing this because you've been challenged towards it. Remember, I talked about here back in the home, you know, the more you're open to new ways of doing things, the better it's going to be, and especially to do with your career goals and aspirations. Now, 10 weeks prior, you could have been going through quite a lot of adjustments as well. So now you're coming to that end part where Spirit's going, all right, now you've got the whole kit and caboodle sitting in front of you. What do you want to do? Because if you keep carrying on with what is dysfunctional, it's going to require a lot more adjusting at home. If you look at ways in which you can promote yourself, be in a much better position, or open up to new changes, it's also going to require adjustments in the home, but it's something you can juggle or handle. So this is where Spirit is showing you you've got options sitting around. Those looking for work, you may be finding it's outside your new normal community or location or even vocation type. You may be finding yourself giving up one thing to move into another, and there, like I said, it could create a few little ups and downs or a few little frustrations, but it's going to be okay. Your financial areas. Look, this is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles talks about the fact that there has been ups and downs on your financial fronts the past 24 months and are going to continue for the next 24 months. So it's not like as if you're really saying to yourself, look, I'm completely over this, or I'm out of the woods. But what you may find with this, okay, is that you've got an opportunity in which you can feel a lot more secure about your decisions to do with finances. You can see that if I make that decision, it's going to support this, and even though I'm low here, I can make a better decision in the future to make things balance out. So you're going to be finding yourself really contemplating some wonderful changes you can bring through in your financial affairs, which are going to enable you to put together some very strong decisions. Now, it could be that this is two financial agreements. It could be that that you're receiving a part pension and a part income. It may be that you have 2 jobs. It could be that you're joining forces with your partner. It could be that you're supporting quite a lot of commitments, but you're getting a benefit from doing so. It's like a long-term investment for you, but you're finally being able to see this from a whole new perspective. Your health and betterment. This is the 8 of Wands. Now, the 8 of Wands represents usually travel, movement, and expansion. But when it's in reverse, it's telling me there are blocks sitting around. Now, these blocks can be your ideas, blocks in your mind, blocks that are stopping you or holding you back, or letting you know that it's not applicable, that things aren't happening, that you are at a standstill. Maybe you're blocking yourself from seeing things in a different perspective. Maybe you're dealing with blocks within your energy, blocks within your body, which could be creating problems with circulation and so forth, because it's like everything is kind of closing in and you can't see a way around this because you've blocked off all those avenues. And Spirit's saying, well, hang on a minute, you have a chance to look beyond this. You have a chance to fix this situation, and it might be a little bit unconventional. Okay, maybe you've got to break a few of your own rules to get this happening. Maybe you've got to look at all different alternatives. Maybe you've got to look at what's creating that dysfunction in order to get rid of that block. And if you can get rid of that block, you're going to be finding yourself in a much better position. Now, the 5 of Wands in reverse is ruling your relationships, and this is domestic frustrations. Okay, when it's in reverse, it tells you that there are problems with family, there is problems with your relationship, there are problems with your friendships, and it's all governed around the home. And because you might be doing things or may not agree on others doing it their way, okay, this frustration is going to come back into your personal dynamics, and you're going to have to work out, how can I manage my time a little bit better? I can't be in 2 places at once. I can't agree with this one and agree with that one. I can't not agree with this one and agree with that one. It's like as if you're looking at ways in which you can spread yourself around to kind of appease or please everybody. Spirit says that's just going to keep creating another frustration. Now, for those that are single and looking, you may have met somebody, or you may find somebody is hanging around, but it's not what you normally would be attracted to. Perhaps they are long distance. Perhaps you've tried something different or alternative. Perhaps this person is somebody that you're willing to make an adjustment for, but hey, they've only just come out of a relationship maybe, and they're still working on themselves. And this is the frustrating part, because all of a sudden you're giving devotion and time and energy, but you're feeling that they're not going to be able to give the same back to you perhaps. So Spirit's saying, okay, you got a few frustrations going on there. The more flexible you are, the better you're going to get through this month, okay? The more you're going to clear up what's creating this segregation or dysfunction or this sense of argument between what's blocking you from being happy. And this all comes back to the home and the family. You are looking at situations and something is not preparing or willing to give you that chance to budge. And because you won't budge, you're creating that block, which creating the problem, which means that you still got to look at it no matter what. Spirit keeps bringing it back up for you to have a look at. Let's have a look at the cards that have popped on out. Okay, so we've got the Temperance, we've got the Magician in reverse, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, we have the Retrospect, which is known as the Hermit in traditional decks, but in my deck that I've designed, it's known as Retrospect in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse, and we have the Four of Wands. Now, this is telling you that you're needing to take, the Temperance is saying, one day at a time, take things as they're happening, and once again, accept that things are going to change. Not everything's going to be the same. And as frustrating as it is, you're still looking for your independence, but you don't trust things because you're seeing this as a sense of interference at the moment. You've had these goals, you were happy where things were, and Spirit's come along and messed up this little timetable for you, and they're saying, no, you need to make this change. But you don't realize that once you do this, you're going to be happy with that result. You're just feeling, no, it's not giving me what I want, and how can I be happy? Because I'm frustrated because I thought I was happy. And Spirit says, no, you definitely weren't, okay? But you were happy to be satisfied with just going ahead and doing the same cycle again. So Spirit wants to knock you out of your comfort zones, wants you to get rid of this dysfunction, okay? Wants you to have your independence. And to do this by looking at ways that you can be more optimistic, that you can step into what you need to have that more social or friendly aspect where you can be more open to new opportunities around you, people and places and situations and activities, and giving you back your independence without you feeling hindered or obligated or frustrated because of your obligations. And this is where Spirit's saying, yes, but we're going to help you clear that block so that you can get over this and be able to have that happiness that you are looking for in your life at the moment. So it is going to be a little bit of a learning curve for you this month, Capricorn, but I really do feel that you can get through this quite successfully. Thank you so much for joining me for your November 2018 Tarotscopes. I hope you have enjoyed them and have a really wonderful rest of the month.